Hi, boys and girls. Ready for a story? I've got a great one for you today by a new author that we're going to hear a lot about in the next few days. The story is called The Kissing Hand, and it's by Audrey Penn. It's a fun little story, and it's about creatures that live in the forest. They have a forest habitat. That's where they get their food, their water, their shelter, and their space. It's kind of fun though because in this book they talk about the animals going to school, and a lot of the animals are animals you would see in New Hampshire. Let's get started. Here's the title page. The Kissing Hand by Audrey Penn. Illustrations by Ruth E. Harper and Nancy M. Leake. They're the illustrators. Do you see the possums? The rabbit? They all have a woodland or a forest habitat. Here's the dedication page. To Stephanie Rebecca Corin and children everywhere who love to be loved. Butterflies, birds, also in the forest habitat. Chester Raccoon stood at the edge of the forest and cried. "I don't want to go to school," he told his mother. "I want to stay home with you. I want to play with my friends and play with my toys and read my books and swing on my swing. Please, may I stay home with you?" Mrs. Raccoon took Chester by the hand and nuzzled him on his ear. "Sometimes we all have to do things we don't want to do," she told him gently, "even if they seem strange and scary at first. But you will love school once you start." Another animal from the forest habitat, the squirrel. "You'll make new friends and play with new toys, read new books and swing on new swings. Besides," she added, "I know a wonderful secret that will make your nights at school seem as warm and cozy as your days at home." Remember, raccoons are nocturnal. That means that they are awake all night and they sleep during the day. So Chester goes to school at night. Chester wiped away his tears and looked interested. "A secret? What kind of secret?" "A very old secret," said Mrs. Raccoon. "I learned it from my mother, and she learned it from hers. It's called the Kissing Hand." "The Kissing Hand?" asked Chester. "What's that?" "I'll show you." Mrs. Raccoon took Chester's left hand and spread open his tiny fingers into a fan. Leaning forward, she kissed Chester right in the middle of his palm. This part of your hand is your palm. So he put his hand out and she kissed him right in the middle. Chester felt his mother's kiss rush from his hand up his arm and into his heart. Even his silky black mask tingled with a special warmth. Excuse me. Mrs. Raccoon smiled. "Now," she told Chester, "whenever you feel lonely and need a little loving from home, just press your hand against your cheek and think, 'Mommy loves you, Mommy loves you.' And that very kiss will jump to your face and fill you with toasty, warm thoughts." Little animals going to school. She took Chester's hand and carefully wrapped his fingers around the kiss. "Now do be careful not to lose it," she teased him. "But don't worry. When you open your hand and wash your food, I promise the kiss will stick." Chester loved his kissing hand. Now he knew his mother's love would go with him wherever he went, even to school. That night, Chester stood in front of his school. School is the tree. And looked thoughtful. Suddenly he turned to his mother and grinned. "Give me your hand," he told her. Chester took his mother's hand in his own and unfolded her large, familiar fingers into a fan. Next, he leaned forward and kissed the center of her palm. "Now you have a kissing hand too," he told her, and with a gentle goodbye and "I love you," Chester turned and danced away. Do you see what his mother's doing? That's the "I love you" hand, right? Mrs. Raccoon watched Chester scamper across a tree limb and enter school. And as the hoot owl rang in the new school year, she pressed her left hand to her cheek and smiled. The warmth of Chester's kiss filled her heart with special words. "Chester loves you," it sang. "Chester loves you." And there are all the kids at school, the little fireflies, and their teacher. And what is that? I love you. And I do. And you can share that and the kissing hand story with people at your home, your family, your friends. It's always nice to send a kissing hand. We'll talk more about it soon, boys and girls. See you soon.